Welcome back to Tech Talk with Craig Peterson. We are talking about some of the latest technologies that are available to all of us. And we're going to talk right now about something that's going to save maybe even your life here, but certainly save you some serious frustration. With the director over at YX, you'll find them online at wi-ex.com. His name is Frank Smith, and we're going to talk with him about the problems you have with your cell phones and cell signals all over the place here, and what YX is doing to help solve some of those problems. Frank, welcome to Tech Talk with Craig Peterson.
Thanks for having me, Craig.
So let's talk a little bit about this. I saw last night some of the devices you have. The bottom line is you're improving the cell phone signal, which is going to help you with voice as well as with data.
That's right. Cell phone signal indoors can be hindered by a couple of things. Sometimes you have weak signal because of the building construction. Sometimes it's a hilly landscape, or sometimes just the distance to the nearest tower. So our products, the ZBoost, take that signal from the outside, transmit it inside, and then rebroadcast it to your smartphone or mobile device so you can enjoy your devices as they were meant to be.
Now, when we're talking about enjoying, again, it's the data. If you have bad data, you might even notice on your phone, because I noticed my iPhone, for instance, a little circle in that data thing means I'm getting really bad data,
means it's searching, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what our products do. You're exactly right. They help with voice and that data transmission, because data speed is directly related to strength of signal. So the stronger signal that you have coming in, the faster your data is going to be and the less buffering you're going to experience on your mobile device.
So let's talk about this whole problem over time. Obviously, way back when, we didn't have very many cell towers. So, it was hit or miss as to whether or not you could even make a call. Have things gotten better or worse over the last few years? I know you hear different companies are building more towers, but what's the reality of the situation?
Sure. Well, the reality is that they have continued to put up towers, obviously not at the same rate as they were a few years ago. But at the same time, the reality of what I just mentioned was, in most cases, it doesn't really matter where the tower is if there's a dense building construction, or if you're in the basement of your home, or if you are in a slightly suburban area that has a lot of greenery, tree foliage. Anything that gets in between your mobile device and that tower can hinder that signal and cause you to miss and drop calls and slow down your data.
Frank, that's a good point. Many people aren't aware of what we call green attenuators. I have an advanced class amateur radio license, right? So I do transmissions and I have all kinds of fun. But people might kind of take note here, because in the winter time, you might find your cell phone works better than in the summertime, and you're not even thinking that it has to do with all the trees, all of the foliage. So what are you doing? How does this work for a home? What kind of devices do I need to have? How does YX make this all work better for me?
Sure. Well, the ZBoost units themselves are bidirectional amplifiers. And what that means is they're boosting the signal coming into your device and boosting it going out to the tower. And how they do it is there's an external antenna that you would place either on your roof or in your attic, somewhere where you have decent to good cell phone coverage. It captures that signal from basically every carrier, transmits that signal down through some coax cable into the base unit amplifier that's in your home where you want to see the improved coverage. It's going to boost it and then rebroadcast that signal wirelessly throughout your home or office space. So hitting to your phone is just going to capture that signal, be able to use that signal just like if you were standing outside or in your attic. So just taking that signal from one spot to another and rebroadcasting it so you can enjoy your mobile devices.
Now, there's a number of different carriers. They use some different technologies, some different frequency bands. We've now got this 4G. Sometimes it's LTE. Most of the time it is. How do you guys deal with that?
That's right. And we have to keep up with that demand, because with all these data-hungry devices, the carriers are rolling out the 4G LTE, which is a very high-speed data network. And we have just recently released our one for Verizon, the ZBoost Data Blast, and it captures a signal in the same way. So now when you have your Verizon LTE phone and you're experiencing slow data, now our devices can bring in that signal too, the ZBoost Data Blast can, and you can experience the faster data speeds as if you were outside on your Verizon LTE device.
Now, this is important, obviously, for consumers, because many people, the only phone in the home is the cell phone. You've got to be able to make that 911 call if necessary, and that's where the ZBoost comes in from YX. How about businesses? Are you finding businesses need this too? Because I know more and more people are bringing their own devices to work, which means cell phones.
That's right, BYOD, bring your own device. It's a rapidly increasing market in the enterprise and the commercial space, so much so we've actually developed a uniquely distributed amplifier system that can, it's scalable, that you can boost cell phone coverage inside of buildings anywhere from 3,500 upwards of 40,000 plus square feet. So recently we've done hospitals, schools, we've done dams, we've done factories, museums, basically anywhere that you're living your life indoors in a commercial setting, we've done it, and they certainly have the need.
Now, you have these units specialized for the commercial space. We've talked about the units, the ZBoost you have for the homes, which, again, make things dramatically better. You also have it for the car. You have some car units.
That's right. We can't leave out the car. People want to use their mobile devices and their phones everywhere they go. So always want to stay connected, even in your vehicle. We have the ZBoost ZForce, and it's a cradle solution where you can simply insert your phone into this small cradle device that fits inside, that's powered to the power inverter there in your car, the 12 volt. Phone simply slips inside to the amplifier cradle solution, so you can use your hands-free headset and communicate, and that's just it. You can stay connected while you're driving on the road in between cell towers or in those dead spots that you experience on your way to work. So I know that's happened to our director of marketing, where she used to have 2 dead spots on her way into work, and now with the ZForce, she doesn't experience those dead spots anymore, so now she can't hide from me.
No, yeah, I was going to say no excuses.
No excuses.
Here, Frank called, you better answer that
That's right.
phone. So this is dramatic. These are much better than the older units that only worked for voice. You are really paying attention here for data as well. And frankly, nowadays, voice is data, especially with the LTE.
Right, you're exactly right. Voice is still a large need out there, but now people are using their smartphones for so much more than just calling and texting. It's web surfing, it's gaming, it's streaming audio and video. I mean, the list goes on. So being able to boost that data signal is just as important, if not getting more important, than it is to do voice. So we have to be right on the forefront of that.
Well, and that, of course, is the tablets and all of the other devices
Absolutely.
we use all the time. So I can see someone who's on the road, for instance, a lot, using the tablet, trying to get back into work, or even using basically any sort of wireless device, right? Because you can do boosting of that. Does your phone have to be in that holder in your car? Or
in the car it does, and we did that for a specific reason, because many states are moving to hands-free is mandatory. It's the law, and it makes sense because you want to be as safe as you can while you're traveling on the road while staying connected. And it also has a self-charging port where you can also charge a mobile device at the same time. So many advantages of having that phone directly inside of that cradle.
And of course, this works with any phone, right? This is your iPhone, this is your Android, this is any tablets that you might have, anything really that's using any of the cell signals from any of the major carriers.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Makes it easy. Now, you can go to yx.com, that's wi-ex.com, to find out a little bit more about what they're doing here with the ZBoost, and places to find it. Are there stores people can go to right now to buy it?
Oh, sure. We're in Micro Center stores and Tiger Direct and some Radio Shack franchise stores that people can locate our product at, and also online at yx.com, wi-ex.com.
And of course, this is for smartphone users who have drop calls, slow data, everybody.
Exactly right. You're exactly right. Millions of people.
Yeah, exactly. The bottom line here. wi-ex.com, yx.com. Frank Smith, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having me, Craig. Anytime.
When we come back, of course, a whole lot more. Stick around. We'll be right back with more Tech Talk with Craig Peterson.